So, when I show you clips of things happening, would you think or guess that it was happening in America or somewhere else? I'll be back. Hey, my good folks, those who stick with a sister, I appreciate you. Newcomers, thank you. And those who bounce, thank you for your support at that time before you bounce. Now check this out. Remember the question I asked? Okay, I'm about to give you that answer. Check this out.
And all of this stark evidence and footage of countries overrun by violence and division, yet their governments and leadership do absolutely nothing. UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer seems to be more concerned about protecting the illegal migrants than protecting his own people.
Did you hear that? Aren't they mirroring what American citizens are saying? Natural born American citizens, that this government seems to be, or certain governments or political officials in certain states seem to be more concerned about illegal immigrants than their own American citizens. Now, can you tell me what's going on? Why is this a problem not only in America but worldwide? Now, you know what? I should have led with this. Let me read something to you right quick, right fast. Hold on. Now, according to the U.S. Constitution, it says this, that whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is right of the people to alter or to abolish it and to institute new government, laying its foundation on such principles and organizing its powers in such form as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness. And when I discovered that, I said to myself, this government should have been abolished when it justified slavery. Okay, so that's something I'm not going to touch on in this video. But yeah, this government seems to have become destructive towards American citizens. You know how long I've been quoting that part of the U.S. Constitution, and it seemed like it just goes over people's heads. And it's like, it seems like people are just more comfortable with complaining, and that's about it. But when it comes down to actually doing something about it, which every American citizen has the right to do something about it, and it doesn't mean going out there being violent. It doesn't mean going out there jeopardizing your life, your safety, or your family. There are tools that you can use to send a loud message to these politicians who are ignoring you, who are literally committing laws. They're breaking laws within each state. These politicians who are catering to illegal immigrants, who are listening or supposedly listening to them over you, they're breaking laws. But let you go out there and commit some kind of law and see if they don't lock your ass up with a quickness. I like Sky News Australia. I like looking at their videos because they come straight to the point. I believe they lean to the right, but they just tell it like it is. You know what I'm saying? And then I'll find that I don't subscribe to Democrats, liberal, conservative. People are people. Whether you're a Democrat or Republican, a liberal, what is it? I said liberal. A liberal or a what is it, moderate Democrat, you guys, to me, I don't see a difference. Now, your philosophy might sound better than the other, but at the end of the day, it's your actions that speak louder. And to me, a lot of people think that liberals and Democrats hate America. They think that they're anti-God. And then it's like, if you stop and you look at it with clear eyes and non-biased eyes, look at what Democrats uphold and look at what they condemn. So today I was chilling, just looking at some YouTube videos because I wasn't going to do any videos today. But when I saw this video from Sky, I don't think it's Sky Australia. Let me see. Yeah, Sky News Australia. I was like, wow. I was just taken aback. Like, damn, y'all going through the same thing around the world as you are in America. And I stopped and I thought, like, well, what is the agenda? What's really going on? Why are these people who lean to the blue side so intent with disrupting their states, countries, and ignore their American citizens? You cannot tell me that there's not something more dark and sinister simmering in the background. This seemed like an orchestra. I wouldn't say but it just seemed like it's an orchestrated plan. Now the question is why? Now check out these clips that I'm going to show you from the video that I got from Sky News Australia. Check it out.
It is anarchy in parts of Spain, France and the UK right now as migrant gangs from Northern Africa and the Middle East violently try to take over and intimidate innocent people. Spain is currently in crisis with ongoing clashes between migrant gangs and Spaniards following the violent bashing of an elderly man in Torre Pacheco.
Do you see this? It's almost like somebody sounded some kind of silent alarm or whistle and have people going into other people's countries acting a nut. It's like, do you know how dangerous that is? Do you know how dangerous? Okay, wait. Let's see this part right quick and I'm going to come back. Check this out.
And again in Spain, a man with a baby was callously threatened by a knife-wielding gang for simply walking down the street. Now,
I know some of you guys are saying, well, you know what? This is just one side. We don't know the context. No, you don't know the context. But even I was irritated and annoyed and upset when I saw 5-6 guys on this one guy, and he had a baby, pushing a baby in the stroller. I was like, leave this man alone. Now, I don't know the context. Maybe he could have been walking by and called them, a racial slur. Who knows? But we don't know that. And another thing that's getting on my nerves is these people just quick to pull out these phones and record somebody getting their ass beat, damn near killed. And that's all you're going to do is record it. You going to sit here and watch somebody just get their ass handed to them and you can't do both. You can't go out there and try to help somebody and record at the same time. But then you got people that's going to be like, you know what? I'm not about to lose my life trying to, okay, you know what? Anyway, but yeah, this is crazy. This is crazy. And what I was saying, you know how dangerous that is to go into other people's countries acting a fool? Do you know the citizens of that country can come together against you? They got a lot of places around their country where people could disappear and never be seen ever again in life. So it's like, what is going on with these people who migrate to other people's countries doing this? What you're seeing on this video and what you saw in Los Angeles, about 3-4 weeks ago by now? Oh my God, listen to the rest of this.
And in the tourist mecca of Barcelona, the cobblestone laneways are no longer filled with people enjoying their vacations, but with hundreds of Muslim men chanting. This commentator sent a stark warning, saying if you wanted to visit Barcelona, Spain, now it's looking like Islamabad, Pakistan.
Now I get it. I get why some people are migrating to other countries and doing what they wilt. I get that part. because you have other people who have went to their countries and they, abused their women, abused their children. They did whatever they wanted to, without repercussions. I get that. But when you go to other people's country and you seek our countries and you seek revenge, you are putting everybody in the equation who have nothing to do with what people did when they went to your country, especially when you guys target black folks, black Americans. I'm speaking specifically about black Americans. When you come to this country and you act the way you do because some people in America with money and strong political connections went to your country and did what they wanted to do in your country. I get that. But you tell me a time that black Americans have went to your country and pillaged your country and abused your children and your women. Tell me on such a large level where it caused you to have hatred in your heart for America. Yeah, I thought so. Now check out the rest of this.
France is also in a migration mess, with violence running rampant in the streets, like at the Fête de la Musique last month, where hundreds of young people were stabbed with syringes and property set alight.
Did you hear that? I know you heard her say that some people was running around stabbing people with syringes. Now the question is, what was in that syringe? What was in those syringes? Because you just wasn't just stabbing people with an empty syringe. So next time I hear foreigners come talking crazy about America, I'm gonna remind you of this clip that I saw. Now, see, it's bewildering. It's bewildering to me how people are having the same thing go on in their country and have the nerve to sit here. Some of these people have balls of steel. Now, I know people say, some of them commenters, those are bots. Those not. Listen, I'm okay. I don't have time to be looking to see who's a bot or not. But somebody said, they said something about immigrant. Look how crazy America is with all the things going on, and the sex trafficking, and the drugs and this, that, and the other. And I was like, wow, you're talking like this doesn't go on around the world. Like you're pointing out what's going on in America and completely just ignoring that this is happening worldwide. So it's amazing to me how people. But then you got to realize a lot of people just hate America. So, well, okay, let's go on.
Not France. And 2 women were left injured and terrified after their car was surrounded and destroyed by rioters following the PSG Champions League victory.
Sometimes I believe that I really do believe that some men they get aroused harassing women, because that made no sense. And then they're sitting in a car just like, oh my God, help me, I'm just so scared. You better start to learn how to defend yourself, women, for real.
In the UK, the situation is even more dire, with daily occurrences of violent bashings and stabbings by migrant groups on innocent local victims.
These bullies know what communities to go to, and they know what communities to steer clear from. They know that if they go to certain communities, they will not be seen again ever in life.
Knife crime is at an all-time high, with people being randomly targeted on the streets.
I bet you some of y'all looking at these clips from around the world and you're like, what the? It look like it's worse than, it's happening. It's going down real bad out there than out here. It's like, well, before Trump got elected, Lord have mercy, they was acting up. And especially in New York and Denver, Colorado or something. But, that's why I like Sky News, because they put it out there. They don't, they show you like, look, this is the effery that's happening. America News, they want to pick and choose what they want to show you. Like, it could be some crazy, crazy, illegal things going on in suburban America, but they're only going to show you what's happening in the inner city. Or are they going to show you certain inner cities? Oh, this is what's happening over here in LA, but they're not showing you what's happening in another city. I can't stand American news. It's not even news journalism anymore. It's just someone coming together, putting together news and clips of what they want you to know. So we're not even getting true news anymore. Were we ever getting true news anymore? Were we ever getting true news? Ooh. Okay, I'm about to lock this out. I'm about to shut this down. But yeah, it's these people, I'm going to show you one more clip. These people are fed up with this worldwide. Check this out.
So a 24-year-old man has been brutally murdered on the streets of London, outside a luxury hotel, by another man who was allegedly trying to steal his watch. This is merely the latest horrific symbol of how out of control and horrific London has become. Just look at the stats. Shoplifting is up 54%. Theft from the person is up 41%. 70,000 phones were stolen from people in this city last year alone. There's a rape every hour. Sexual offences are through the roof. And it's not just the crime that bothers me. London has also become a symbol for liberal progressives of how they'd like to see the rest of the country. But do you really want the rest of the country to look like London? Hundreds of thousands of people who don't speak English, our national language. Hundreds of thousands of illegal migrants. Hate marches on the streets of our capital city every week. Pro-Hamas, pro-Hezbollah hate marches.
And all of this stark evidence and footage of countries overrun by violence and division, yet their governments and leadership do absolutely nothing.
So yeah, folks, when people want to try to make you feel bad about America, say, no, don't do that. That's why you had to come here. Because if your country was everything you wanted it to be, ideally, you would not be here. You would be in your country building enterprises in your country. Building big businesses in your country. Taking care of your family in your country. So it's baffling to me when people want to go to other people's countries and look down at their citizens, like shaking their heads. Like, didn't you just ran for your life from your country? Why are you shaking your head at me? Why do you think you have the right to come to my country and tell me how to do things better? How about take that same energy back to your country? When people talk like that, like, leaving their country that is in disarray and coming to your country telling you what you should have done in your country, don't it seem like, you can't really communicate with those people? Because first, it seems like you're living in a delusional world that you think you don't have problems in your country and you got all the answers and, all the solutions to what people should do in their country. It's like, I wouldn't even waste my time talking to people like that because something is obviously wrong with them. They are most likely going through worse things in their country, but then they come over and tell you what to do in yours. I think that is just like the epitome of envy. I'm going to just walk around and act like my ish don't stink. And I'm going to tell you what you Americans should be doing. I'm going to tell you black Americans what you should do. Because after all, yes, I did have to escape my country and I had to come here and make a better life for me and my family. But I'm going to tell you how you can live a better life in your country. I'm like, if you don't get the hell out my face and go find something to do, why would I listen to you? Because if you couldn't make a better life in your own country, why you think I will listen to you? All right, folks, that's it. Like I said, I was chilling back. I was sitting back looking at YouTube and I stumbled across this Sky News video and I was like, I was just like, wow. They going through the same thing? Like literally immigrants are going into these people's countries and acting a stone nut. Oh my God, I don't know what's going to come of it. I don't know if it's going to take citizens worldwide standing up against their corrupt, evil government for these people to realize that, the Gen Pop is not stupid like they think the Gen Pop is. I don't know. I think this year, before it's over with, we going to see. All right, folks, thank you for your time and attention, and your support, your comments, and your shares, and your subscriptions, and all that. Thank you so much. It is greatly appreciated, and I'm out.